Sorry for the glitchy background. I have background set. So I think this is the first time I'm doing a Clipper video with a background, albeit I don't have an actual green screen, but whatever. Zoom allows me to have a virtual background. That way, I can hide what I have in my background and I can just have this. No, I was too lazy to go get a Clipper related background because I don't care. So you guys are gonna get the Dragon Ball Z background because I don't care. Just like how the Clippers don't care. It's been a while since I taught Clippers basketball on this channel. Hopefully this video does a lot of views. It probably will, because it's the Clippers losing yet again. Anyways, the Clippers lose to the Golden State Warriors in the play-in game in the 9 to 10 seed, and their season thankfully ends. My God. See, if you're an NBA fan and you're wondering why I said that, you don't understand. Go look at the videos I talked about the Clippers earlier, like last year, end of last year, and my rants about how bad this team is. Jeez Louise. You get the full life story there. The last video I made, I believe it was the Zubac trade. Whatever. It's been a while since I taught Clippers basketball on the channel because the Clippers have completely killed my love of just watching this team in basketball. And they continue to piss me off the more they continue to run it back with number two, Ty Lue, Lawrence Frank. Now listen, I was working a baseball game during the playing game, so I didn't see the first half at all. And then all the parts of the game I caught was the ending parts of the third quarter, was like I think the last 3 or 4 minutes in the third quarter, and then I watched the last of the fourth quarter in its entirety. Basically, for the Warriors, it went down like any other fucking Warriors game. They get down and then they find a way to come back behind Steph fucking Curry. And Steph Curry has these moments where you're like, oh man, oh, man, it's gonna be so hard to see this guy retire. It's the same old fucking script we see at the fucking Warriors every fucking time. I don't understand why we're all now. It's great stuff. That was great stuff from the Warriors. Again, props to the Warriors. They found a way to win, and they exposed the Clippers' weakness. Mostly Ty Lue lost the Clippers the game, and strictly Ty Lue let the Warriors get back in the game because again, last minute rotational decisions, and then also too Kawhi Leonard, unlike what Steph Curry was doing for the Warriors, Kawhi Leonard just said, "Yeah, I'm not gonna show up, right?" Even though Draymond Green is realistically playing good defense, Ninja, get aggressive. Get to your spot and put up a shot. Even if you have to chuck up something, have something go in to make Draymond Green back off of you. But no, Kawhi Leonard wanted to be passive. He looked almost as passive as Paul George was in his final playoff run in the Clippers. And I was absolutely infuriated watching this on the TV screen. And I'm like, we traded you for all these fucking picks. I don't give a shit about no, we traded for fucking Kawhi Leonard, all those picks and fucking Shea. And you're telling me your ass is not going down fucking fighting? Your season's on the fucking line here. There is no tomorrow. And your ass is just doing nothing. It's being the nonchalant Kawhi Leonard we've always fucking seen. And it's just blah 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 blah. The man scored 2 points in the fourth quarter, and by the time he scored his last points, it was fucking garbage time. But when the game is on the line, butts are getting hot. Buttholes are getting puckered. You don't want to be a no-show. Or you want to be a no-show. You don't want to be the aggressive Kawhi we saw closing out this season to get us out of this freaking under 500 fucking hole. The blame also goes on the coach. How are you not finding ways to get this guy open to get to his spots? Getting him off screens and things like that to get away from Draymond Green. Now, Draymond Green did good. He fought over the screens. He said, no, no, no. We're not doing the switch everything bullshit. We're not going to be doing, you setting the screen and then for me to switch off on some other guy. No, no, no. This is the playoffs. This is win or go home. Because you know what Steve Kerr said? No. We don't play switch everything when it comes to their best player. See, with Ty Lue, it's switch everything because he believes he has multiple defenders. But that game was absolutely infuriating. But then again, what do I say? What I say? It's infuriating. That loss right there yesterday culminated basically the past 6 fucking years of 2-1-3 era basketball. The Clippers have a chance to blow a team and go for the fucking kill shot. End their shit. The part of the game when Garland made the 3-point shot to I think make us go up 13. That was a part of the game. And that was like the 8 minute mark in the fourth quarter. When Garland hit that step back three, I knew instantly. I put a tweet out and said, this is the moment the Clippers need to go for the fucking kill shot. You need to end the Warriors right here, right now. Because if you don't, you may more than likely regret it. And sure as hell, they regretted it. I knew it. That was the moment the Clippers had to go for the kill shot. Steve Kerr calls a timeout, brings Steph Curry back into the game, and things as that. And then meanwhile, Steph Curry comes back in the game. Ty Lue's just sitting on his ass, just letting Kawhi Leonard just rest up like as if it's a regular season game. And I'm just like, how are you not matching up Steph Curry and Kawhi Leonard? The moment Steph Curry comes out, you need to tell Kawhi, get your ass up. You're going out there. Ty Lue coached as if he had another game to play. Ty Lue coach as if, oh, well, it's no big fucking deal. Shit, even going into the game, he had that mantra of it's no big fucking deal. This is the head coach that we fucking employ. My fucking goodness. I'll get to the coach soon. But the Kawhi Leonard stuff just absolutely infuriated me. He was doing nothing. It's a damn embarrassment paying all this guy this fucking money. Whether he's guilty or not above this aspiration shit, it's a damn shame. This organization has bent their fucking ass over for this fucking guy. And they kept taking this dude's, you know what, up the booty hole. They capitulated to a guy who made all these demands to bring him here. And guess what? He has not done the number one thing, and that's bring us a fucking championship. Whether it's because he's too hurt to play or whether because he just didn't show when we needed him to show up in the latter stages of his Clipper tenure. And I swear, I hope this is it. I hope that was the last time I saw number two in a Clippers jersey, and I hope by sometime in the offseason they trade his ass somewhere. And you get a nice package, and you're able to move on with Garland and a few other pieces to set up the next era completely and completely kill the 2-1-3 era. I'm done with this. Stop running it back with number two. I'm done having this dude's personal issues or his way how he plays the game or just his whole freaking mindset. He can go be somewhere else. He can go play the Robin role. It seems like now at this part in his career, he wants to be the Robin, not the Alpha. But it doesn't matter. He really isn't an alpha because he's a quiet dude. He's not a leader. Other guys in the 2-1-3 era's tenure had to be the fucking leader. The vocal one. The Warriors follow Steph Curry. The Warriors go as far as Steph Curry takes them. Because you want to know why? Steph Curry is a proven winner. I'm not saying Kawhi's not a proven winner, but Kawhi is a proven winner. He has won the championships. But the difference that between a Steph Curry and a Kawhi Leonard is this. Kawhi Leonard is not a leader. Steph Curry is a leader. He knows what it takes to win, and he'll vocally talk about that. Y'all, Kawhi Leonard go to the post-game press conference, talk about all this stuff, and slander his own fucking teammates. Steph Curry is an actual leader. He rallies the troops during games and says, don't worry, I got you. When things are going bad, you turn to Steph Curry. That's why I'll forever respect the championship he won against Boston after Kevin Durant left. Because guess what? He proved I didn't need Kevin Durant this entire time. So whatever. Whatever, man. I'm done with Kawhi Leonard. Kawhi Leonard is just I'm just done. The aspiration shit, just his when is he not or when is he going to play? I'm just done with it. Trade him for something, trade him for the best packages. The Heat and the freaking Warriors are very much interested in getting him. Lawrence Frank, for once, be smart in your fucking life and actually say, you want Kawhi Leonard? I play the cards now. I'll give you Kawhi, but I play the cards. Let's see if you're going to be as risky as I was all those years ago. Last but not least, number one reason why we realistically lost this playing game was fucking Ty Lue. I have a Clippers group chat. I was telling one of our group chat members, my boy DJ, because I think he was the one person in there saying that he thought he could win. If DJ watches this video, don't quote tweet me on that. And I replied back and said, DJ, it's the play-in tournament. The last time we saw the Clippers in the play-in tournament, Ty Lue went 0 for 2. He lost to the Minnesota Timberwolves with Patrick Beverley dancing on our fucking grave. And then you lost to the Pelicans, which, conveniently enough, that's what started our freaking downslide to where we can never beat the Pelicans again every time we go head to head with these guys. Since then, we have always had our problems with the Pelicans. And I told my friend DJ, you can't trust Ty Lue. This motherfucker needs to get 2 games to adjust to finally actually do anything. Because guess what? He sure as hell don't make in-game adjustments. He doesn't do that. Yet this guy is labeled from the media as as one of the greatest, in-game adjusters. No, he's not. He's not a good in-game adjusting coach. Other coaches circles around this guy because they can, they will. Other coaches outcoach this guy mid-game because they can and they do, and they're smart at it because they know this guy ain't gonna do any adjustments. He's gonna continue to repeatedly run the same exact bullshit, thinking it's gonna work. The definition of insanity is doing it over and over again. I don't give a crap that I don't know basketball like that. I know more football than basketball, but I know what I see on my TV. The Clippers offense is literally this. It's centered around Kawhi Leonard or Darius Garland, and then he basically tells him, go play iso ball. Just go make your shot, go generate a shot. That's all I need you to do. There's no ball movement. There's no guys wanting to like to move around and get the ball, to cut, do nothing. You'll occasionally see that. You'll occasionally see that here and there. But do we get it 24/7? Hell the fuck no. You don't see that. You do not see that at all. It's an absolute joke. Absolute joke. And this guy is labeled by the media as some great fucking coach. He's not a good coach. I've seen 6 years of this fucking guy. Outside of the 2021 season, he has done absolutely nothing. This is the coach that plays favorites, that plays guys that he wants to play, plays dudes that we as fans want to see play. And when they get the opportunity to play, they actually put in some good minutes. And then what does Ty Lue do? He banishes them to the bench. And the only time they ever play again is when it's basically based off freaking injuries. Terrence Mann was one of those guys. When we knew he needed to be in the rotation consistently, we needed more than likely start. Ty Lue was like, no, no, no. Can't do that. Can't hurt the ego of my players. Lou Kennard was another guy of them. And then any other young player after that. And the problem with Ty Lue is this. Ty Lue plays veteran old players. He's like his former mentor, Doc Rivers. Those guys in that tree don't play young players. They only play the young players if they have to. He plays these old veterans that, for whatever reason, Lawrence Franks keeps acquiring and he can't stop acquiring them. And he continues to play them, which takes time and development away from the young players that could actually use it. People make the case yesterday. I was in the Clipper space yesterday. People made the case Kobe Brown should have got more minutes. Another part of the reason why the Clippers lost. Ty Lue. I had to watch Ty Lue continue to stick with Brook Lopez for 12 fucking minutes to end the game. And Brook Lopez is getting cooked in the pick and pop with Steph Curry and Al Horford. At that point, I'm like, dude, put in fucking John Collins. He was actually playing really good. Put in DJJ. Do something. But you just want to get killed by the pick and pop, whether it's Porzingis or fucking Al Horford. Also, two other guys that knows what it takes to win a championship. But you get my point. Ty Lue's got to go. He's got to go. How many times have I said it on these videos? I didn't say it just last year. I said it before, the year before that, and the year before that. Ty Lue's got to go. He is not a good coach. Ty Lue is still living off a shot made by Kyrie Irving from the 2026, no, not 2026, 2016 NBA Finals. And the miraculous comeback that was led by LeBron James. Ty Lue had nothing to do with coaching the Cavs to find a way to upset the Warriors down 3-1. Number one, they had luck because Draymond Green got ejected for kicking LeBron in the balls. And then two, LeBron realistically led the charge on that. Ty Lue did nothing. That dude is still living off that championship till this day. Till this day. He's still living off that championship. The media still lives off that championship for him. And they fail to realize, no, that championship the Cavs won was more on LeBron James and Kyrie Irving willing the fucking Cavs to come back than whatever Ty Lue had coaching up, cooking. And two, he was handed the job by his best friend. Because guess what? David Blatt took the Cavaliers to the NBA Finals. He just had injuries get in the way. But because LeBron James didn't vie with David Blatt, we got to go hire my friend Ty Lue. It's absolutely infuriating. See, the loss the Clippers had, it didn't really piss me off. It didn't frustrate me. It didn't do nothing for me. I'm subject to these playoff exits that I just look at. I'm like, oh, that's another one you can add to the list. Whether it's the Lob City Clipper defeat or it was the in-between Lob City and 2-1-3 era defeats in the playoffs, or if it was any playoff defeat in the 2-1-3 era. It's all the same to me. I'm just numb to it. To me, honestly, I was ready for the season because this season was terrible. But it's a joke. Tyronn Lue continues to be here. Continues to be here. And you know who's to blame for that? That's Steve Ballmer, the owner of the Clippers. Steve Ballmer has the is the head honcho. He has the power. He can fire Tyronn Lue tomorrow Or realistically, I'm making this video the day after the game. Today. He can fire Tyronn Lue today. Let me read off let me go to my profile. Let me read off the quote unquote Clippers last 5 seasons. 2022, missed playoffs. That was the play-in year. 2023, lost in the first round. That was to the Phoenix Suns. 2024, lost in the first round. 2025, lost in the first round. And 2026, missed playoffs, playing game. 2024 was the Dallas against Dallas. 2025 was last year against the Denver Nuggets. That's 5 seasons since 2021 that this man has failed to do anything. This man has failed to get the team back to where it was at in 2021. I've seen teams less than that fire a fucking head coach. For less. You see NFL teams, these bad NFL teams, they'll fire a coach in 1 year at the moment they hire them. The Patriots, they had Gerard Mayo as their head coach 2 seasons ago in 2025. Yeah, no. Well, no, the 2024 season, whatever. 2 seasons ago. They fired him to upgrade a head coach for Mike Vrabel. My Chicago Bears, who I talk about on the channel, they were known for not firing head coaches mid-season in their team's history. They fired Matt Eberflus after my birthday on Thanksgiving Day 2 seasons ago because they were sick and tired of the embarrassing losses. And they finally broke tradition. And now you look where the Bears are at now. They actually have a promising future. I'm actually happy. I'm ready. I can't watch baseball. The Angels suck for me. They lost again. Again! In the same fashion. The same exact fashion. You're up in the ninth inning. And then you bring out the same exact fucking guy that blew it 2 nights ago. And you ruin another Mike Trout home run game. So baseball's not an option for me. Some Clipper fans are Dodger fans, so that's an option for you. Don't worry, the lockout's coming. So I got to go to Bears football. So I got to wait 4 to 5 months to actually watch sports, one of my favorite teams that actually entertains me. And that's crossing my fingers that the Bears are actually another good team again this year. But Ty Lue, not fired. Steve Ballmer just doesn't want to do it. I don't know what Ty Lue's got on Steve Ballmer. I don't know why. But Steve Ballmer's the problem. At the end of the day, we can only complain as fans. Lawrence Frank needs to be fired. Tyronn Lue needs to be fired. There's only so much we can say on social media. It comes down to the boss. Steve Ballmer is the boss. And until Steve Ballmer decides to fire Ty Lue or Lawrence Frank or anybody in the building, we're going to be stuck with these guys. And there's a report that coming out from Law Murray saying that Darius Garland and Ty Lue so far looks to be the only guys that are untouchable. Everyone else is basically, well, we'll just have to see. Darius Garland, I understand, but why is Ty Lue untouchable? Why is he a guy that's going to be expected to be back? What has he fucking done? 5 fucking years, and you've had playing exits and first round exits. Why do you want to continue to be attached to the hip with this fucking guy? Why? He has not proven anything. He has not proven he can win a fucking game in the playoffs when it matters most. He needs 2 games to adjust. That's why the playing games are terrible for this guy. He's 0-3 in the playing rounds. And he needs 2 games to adjust in every playoff series. Shit, you go back to the 2021 playoffs. We had to go down 0-2 twice. Had to go down 0-2 to the freaking Dallas Mavericks against baby Luca. Had to go down 0-2 to the Utah Jazz. How does it take you 2 games to adjust? You need to be adjusting mid-game. And Steve Ballmer won't fire this guy. He won't fire this guy. Lawrence Frank in the media talking about Ty Lue will be here as long as we want him here. Well, you clearly want him here. And Lawrence Frank has gone on record multiple times saying Ty Lue ain't going nowhere. Steve Ballmer thinks that this guy is this great coach. I just don't know why he won't let him go. The freaking results have shown you he has to be fired. There's been coaches fired for fucking less. NFL coaches will get 1 year and they'll get canned by their organization. The fucking Steelers fired Mike Tomlin because of the same old repeated bullshit. And stupidly, they hired another fucking retread. But you get my point. NFL, you put this resume up in any other fucking league, whether it's the NFL, the NHL, the NBA for any other team outside the Clippers, the MLB, any fucking league in soccer, any college fucking sports, preferably probably college basketball and college football because they're the 2 biggest college sports. Olympic freaking competition. Any sport in the world, you put up resumes where it's losing, 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 and you don't even get close. Those coaches get fired. If you're not already a bad team, but if you're just an inconsistent team that gets there, but you can't get over the hump and you're continually having the same type of exits, these owners fire your ass. Ryan Day, our head coach of the Ohio State Buckeyes, if he did not freaking win that national championship 2 years ago, he was going to get fired. Time and time again, you always get that roster, but you never get over the hump. You couldn't beat Michigan. You couldn't win the championship. And 2 years ago, albeit he still lost to Michigan, he won the championship. Otherwise, guess what? He would have gotten, excuse me, he would have gotten fired. I just don't understand. I just don't understand. With that resume of playoff exits and no success, the Clippers won't, Steve Ballmer won't fire Ty Lue. But we're gonna celebrate how the fact that we came down from 6-21 and we managed to get over 500 and have another winning season, which is 15 winning seasons. We're gonna parade that. We're gonna post about that on social media. We're gonna post us overcoming the 6-21 start. We're gonna talk about how amazing that was. And guess what? Who that was led by? That was led by the coach because he said a statement: "We got to go 35-17." See, and that's the bullshit that will happen. That's the bullshit. That's the reason why Steve Ballmer will continue to stay by Ty Lue because he's made this organization a winning organization that has consistent winning seasons. That's great. But what are you doing when these winning seasons and getting into the dance? You're doing nothing. You're getting eliminated in the first round every fucking year. And at some point, when is that going to get tiring with you? No, you're okay with that because now you got the new stadium. You only care about, fans coming to the building and paying their hard-earned fucking money and to watch the team play and win games. See, Ballmer's starting to turn out more like Artie fucking Moreno. And I hate to say that, but it's very much starting to become true. The only difference is between Steve Ballmer and Artie Moreno, Steve Ballmer will pay the money to put the best product on the court he can possibly do within the freaking rules and within the aprons and shit like that. But outside of that, he doesn't give a fuck. He doesn't care. He knows nothing about basketball. Ty Lue should be fucking fired. It's very much clear. There's a beef behind the scenes between Ty Lue and Lawrence Frank. They try to hide it as much as they can, but it's clear. We know it. There is a beef. They don't like each other. They can't work well with each other. It's the same exact thing. Lawrence Frank trades guys away that Ty Lue plays too heavily, and from a player personnel standpoint, we can't be playing this guy heavy minutes. It's a net negative. But Ty Lue keeps playing them because that's his favorite. Well, if you don't like working with a guy that's not doing and not having your philosophy and how you think that the organization should be fucking ran, then you need to fire the guy. Fire him and be done with him. Go make him be someone else's problem. But they won't because Steve Ballmer will not give the approval to fire Ty Lue. It's like I said, I mentioned, a few minutes ago. You're watching Brook Lopez get beat. He's got bricks for feet, and he is getting targeted out there. Targeted by three, whether it was Horford, Porzingis, or Curry. They knew what they needed to do. Okay, we need to go at Lopez. And did Ty Lue do anything about that? No, he did not. He did not call a timeout. Get Brook Lopez out the game to get him more shiftier, whether it's John Collins or DJJ out there. Did nothing. Steve Ballmer knew when it was time to fire Doc Rivers. He fired him after the bubble. And Doc Rivers was here for like 6, 7 years. And he fired him. But Doc, not Doc Rivers. Um, Steve Ballmer won't fire Ty Lue. And it's been like 5, 6 years. I just don't know. I just don't know, man. I just don't. You know, People are gonna think I'm gonna be upset at the Clippers for losing the game. No, I'm more infuriated and upset that the Clippers continue and will continue and will continue to religiously bring back Tyronn Lue. Every single chance they get, they will come up with some excuse to bring Ty Lue back into the fold. And I'm just sick and tired of it. I'm just sick and tired of it. I'm sick and tired of this organization trying to bullshit me, trying to think that Ty Lue's this great coach. He does not care. We started off 6-21 because this coach has no fucking urgency. You add in all of the extra shit of the no adjustments mid-game, not understanding rotations correctly, not coming out with the right starting lineup. There is no urgency. I talked about it earlier. After the Darius Garland 3, that was the moment where, guess what? We need to go for the killing blow. We need to finish these fucking guys off. Like how they say in Mortal Kombat, finish him. That's what the Clippers needed to do. But the Clippers have a weak-minded head coach. He has who has a weak mind, has no sense of urgency, has no sense of knowing when to go for the kill, going for the jugular. You want to know why I love Ben Johnson? He's the type of coach that I like. Yes, do I hate him going for it all the time on fucking fourth down? That shit pisses me the fuck off. Like the last few games of the season where he just religiously went for it on fourth down. It pissed me off. But see, he's going for the jugular. He's going for the kill shot. And he spreads that within his team. The team has belief that no, we got to finish the job because they believe in him. The Clippers don't believe in no fucking Ty Lue. Ty Lue is the coach that is a laissez-faire, lazy-minded coach. There is no sense of urgency. Game one against the Jazz this year. That told me all you needed to know. There is no there is no urgency on wanting to win games. It's I gotta tinker the lineup a little bit more. I gotta see how rotations go. I gotta do this. I gotta do that. It's all good. We'll be fine. How many times has he said this? How many times after any loss that was a bad loss, whether it was a regular season or playoffs, this man came to the podium and he had this mindset like as if, oh, it's all right. We have another game tomorrow, so we'll be good. How many times have you seen this guy come to the podium and not exude any sense of, damn it, we need to be fucking better? We need to go out there and guess what? You know what, damn it? We're going to go out there and we're going to practice. It ain't no film session. We're going to go out there. We're going to go practice. I'm going to work these guys' asses up. We need to turn this shit around. It's embarrassing. I've not seen that at all under Ty Lue's watch. It's just always, well, props to them. Props to the other team. Props to the Warriors. They did a really good job. They're just a really good team with a really good coach. Look, I'm disappointed that, we couldn't close that game out and things like that. But, look, that's how it goes. That's basketball. That type of mindset is not what gets these players to get up ready to play. That's not the type of mindset that has a sense of urgency. There's no mindset. There is no leadership. I was in the space again. One of the other space members talked about it. There is no leadership. There isn't. The coach has no leadership. It's a laissez-faire minded attitude. Thinking, oh, well, whatever. We have another day, another game. Laissez-faire attitude. It reflects on the players. When the players see that from the coach, they're going to treat it the same exact way on the court. They won't care. They will go through the motions. They will not hustle. They will not get rebounds. They will not do this. They will not do that. Because it's a reflection of the head coach. I say it time and time again. I said it with my Bears videos. I'm going to say it here with my Clippers video. Coaching matters. Yes, in basketball, you got to have the fucking talent. Well, in any sport, you got to have the talent. But coaching fucking matters. You want to know that? Boston Celtics. Joe Mazzulla. No Jason Tatum. And they kicked half the guys, if not all the guys, that were on the championship team, on the team from last year. They kicked them to the curb. They said, you're too expensive to afford. And look at where they were at this year. And that was with Jaylen Brown as their best player. And you want to know why? Joe Mazzulla is a cutthroat coach that don't accept mediocrity. He will call the team out if they have an embarrassing loss because that's the standards in Boston. The Clippers, no. The Clippers, no. The team up to 5. JJ Redick's that type of fucking coach. He's a cutthroat coach. Even though he probably should do a better job at calling himself out and being accountable. At least fucking JJ Redick is calling out the fucking players for not showing up. He's not afraid to ruffle feathers. JJ Redick is not afraid to call out fucking coach or other coaches on his staff and other players on his staff that they need to do a better fucking job. And like I just mentioned, he needs to maybe do a better job at also taking accountability for himself. But if there's one thing about JJ Redick I'll respect, he's a cutthroat coach that says, no, this is not how we need to be playing. You don't get that with Ty Lue. And that feeds off on the players. Coaching fucking matters. And until Steve Ballmer realizes coaching matters, we will not go anywhere with Ty Lue. Ty Lue needs to be fired. He needs to go. But I have no confidence that this organization is going to fire Ty Lue. I have no aspirations. Pun entirely intended. And then you had it with Chris Paul after we lost. He was trolling us. Did the typical, did the meme photo of the guy at the funeral with his sunglasses on and his suit and just like, it's deserved. It's deserved. Because you want to know why? The organization kicked him to the curb. Realistically, it was Ty Lue that kicked him to the curb. Because Ty Lue was too selfish, was too egotistical to allow Chris Paul to say, hey man, I think we need to be doing this. Like, it's not working. Maybe we could try something different. Just give him some requests, some potential changes. But for the coaching staff, it was too much to handle. Oh, it was so much of a problem. So much of a problem. Chris Paul, more than likely, knew the writing on the wall. He knew the coach is unserious. He's my friend, but I have to hold my friend accountable. I gotta tell him, hey man, we might need to be changing things up here. Because if we want to get to where we want to get at, we all got to do a better job. And that's why man, I don't care if I'm in the minority. I'll stand by Chris Paul. I don't care. Whatever he said probably needed to be said. And the coaching staff got in their feelings, they got in their egos. Mostly Ty Lue, he got in his ego. He got in his feelings. He doesn't like being shown up by somebody. He does not like being told, for once, I think we need to change something because your way is not working. Chris Paul was trying to hold people accountable. He wasn't trying to hold just his teammates accountable. He was even wanting to hold the coaches accountable and say, hey, man, you need to coach us better. If it's not working here, maybe we need to do something different. And Ty Lue basically got his feelings, got his panties in a wad because of what Chris Paul said to him. And he conveniently went to Lawrence Frank and said, you got to get rid of Chris Paul. I don't like him telling me what to do. I don't like him telling me that we need to change shit up. No, my way is the highway. And Ty Lue's got an ego. And of course, Lawrence Frank, all right, if that's what you want. And they sent Chris Paul home when they were on a road trip. Lawrence Frank didn't want to convince Ty and say, hey man, look, he's the team's franchise legend. We're gonna get a lot of fucking hate for this. Hey, let's let it play out for a bit. Let's get through this road trip. Let's get back home. I'll sit down with Chris, and we'll see if maybe there can be a mutual parting there. But I want to have him here. And the fact that anybody else in the Clippers organization did not understand where Chris Paul was coming from, it really goes to show you how much this organization, again, like I said, they take it up the butt for Kawhi. This really goes to show you how much the organization also takes up the butt for Ty Lue. Ty Lue knows he's fucking safe. They know he's safe. He knows it. That's why he has this lazy attitude. And I should have made this mention in the space last night. You have these other coaches who coach for their jobs every single game they do because they know I could get fired as soon as tomorrow. That's how the league is. But just like with Kawhi Leonard, Ty Lue knows I got the balls of the organization in my hand. They won't fire me because they continue to talk about how great I am. They continue to tell me, oh, I'm going to be here for a long time. That's why Ty Lue coaches the way he coaches. Plain and simple. That's why he coaches the way he coaches. With no attitude, with no urgency, a laissez-faire attitude. He steps to the podium, does this fake, oh, I'm disappointed, I'm pissed shit. And then guess what? He goes out for the next fucking game. Because he's got the balls of the organization, who's religiously said he's gonna be here for a long time. When you go start making public wording of how much in love you are with a coach, the coach has you by the balls. Because guess what? A coach can do that. If an organization was telling me, oh, no, 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 your job is on the line every single fucking day. If you're not doing it, like for example, I do sales, right? And with sales, you don't hit your goals, well, hey, you may be on probation. Or worse, you may get fired. You're not making your calls? Come into my office, son. Why do I have you have at 15 calls a day? You need to be averaging 30 to 40 calls a day. This is your warning shot. You're on probation. I guarantee you that would get anybody to make 40 calls a day because they're afraid to lose their job. These other coaches coach like it's their last because they don't know. In sports today, you can be fired just like that. Days are the long gones of being stuck with your head coach for years, even if you are a mid organization. In today's era, you'll get fired just like that. You'll get fired just like that. And that's whether that's, and guess what? Whether that's NBA, NFL, MLB, you get my take. You get what I'm saying. We live in an era where these organizations, they will cut you when they feel like it's time. But the Clippers are the one team that they will not do it. They will not do it. Steve Ballmer will not do it. He continues to just allow it to happen. And for that, the Clippers need to have what a lot of my coworkers like to say because they found my channel. The Clippers need to have some fucking shame and they need to actually do the right thing and have some shame in realizing they need to fucking end the Ty Lue experiment. It's over. He's not a good coach. Get rid of him. And then on top of it, get rid of Kawhi. But you know what? Lawrence Frank will come out in his press conference and say the bullshit he needs to say. You'll see the moves in free agency. And then I'll just say, you're running it all over again. And the too bad, we don't got media members. And I'm holding the media members accountable too. The beat reporters. They're not asking religious questions. They're not asking the questions to Lawrence Frank and Steve Ballmer if he's at the podium. Even if Ty Lue's right there in his face, pressuring them to answer the question. Ty Lue has been here for 5 seasons, 6 seasons, and ever since 2021, he has failed to make it out of the first round. How can you fully accept that as being, this is progress? This is progress. See, if I'm in the media room, I'm asking these questions. I don't care if Ty Lue's in the building or not, or at the desk too. I'd be asking these fucking questions. Tyronn Lue has had a record of being bounced in the playing game or first round exit. I'm not trying to say why is he still here, but you can make the argument. Coaches in this league, coaches in other sports have been fired for less. What is the proof behind the putting outside the winning seasons? What has Ty what is it where you believe that Ty Lue can get you to where you need to get to, but you haven't gotten past the first round in years, in 5, 6, 7 years? Like those questions need to be asked. And then a good follow-up question after that needs to be asked, well, okay, if that's the case, well then why hasn't the job been getting done? Why has the team not come out and had a sense of urgency in these games? See, our beat reporters are too scared to ask these questions because they're tired and they're sad to lose their fucking press passes because they're afraid that the Clippers will revoke their fucking press passes and this will just take their press passes. Oh, no, you don't get no press passes no more. You just talk bad about our fucking coach. Go report somewhere else. Our beat reporters are too fucking scared to ask the real fucking questions. Have the fucking balls. Stand on your 2 feet. Be a voice for the fucking fans. Ask these fucking guys. You have the chance to talk to these dudes. Ask these fucking guys. Why is he here? Word it in a way where you're not saying that, but basically say, what has this guy accomplished? He's had all these exits. So I don't care if you're Justin Russo or Tomar Azarli or freaking Grant Money Mona or Law Murray or Joey Lynn. Somebody ask them. Ask these guys the question. You are the voice for the fans, and you can get the moment of truth of why these fucking guys do what they do. But no, we're not going to ask these fucking questions. We're going to joke around with the fucking coach. We're going to ask him repeatedly, how's Kawhi doing? Is he on track to come back? Fucking get in the room. Ask these fucking guys the question. Show the fucking results. Tell these guys, what has this guy done for you lately? He has done nothing. But no, we're not going to ask the tough questions because we're afraid to lose our fucking press passes. And if they want to refute that point, I don't give a damn. Ask the hard-hitting question to these fucking guys, and maybe you'll actually get the answers you want. Because this mindset of this organization pisses me the fuck off. You run the mindset of the owner to the fucking player personnel guy and the GM and Lawrence Frank, to the fucking head coach that won't take shit seriously, to then the fucking reporters who won't ask the fucking questions that need to be asked. How much you want to bet? None of the guys I just mentioned who are beat reporters. And I love, obviously, I love Joey. I love Grant. I think they're great. But how much you think they're going to ask the question? Hey, just ask the question, Lawrence. So this is another year where you have not failed. You failed to get out of the first round. Is there going to be any repercussions for the coach? Have you looked into maybe deciding maybe we might need a new voice? No, they won't ask that. They won't. They won't ask that. You want to know why they won't ask that? Because it's like I mentioned. The Clippers are a dictator-ran organization since they got Kawhi. They will immediately strip the press pass. I don't fucking care if you say that's a bold-faced lie. Even they can fucking go out there and say, that's a bold-faced lie. No. No. On the outside, they will strip your fucking pass. They will strip your press pass, and they will say, do not come back. Thank you very much. Because they don't want to be held accountable in that building. They won't want to do this. They won't want to do that. But these are the real questions that are going to be asked. You can't be afraid to lose your press pass if you want to get the questions that need to be asked. You have to put these guys on pressure. It's been fucking 6, 7 fucking years since the Western Conference Finals appearance. And they've been going down. They're not going to ask the fucking coach the questions. They're not going to ask these guys the questions. He puts you... I'm like, you guys are putting the 620, the 6-21 hole. How much is that on the coach? Maybe how much is it on the coach that he did not have his players prepared in the Kings game, in the Pelicans games, in the fucking Trailblazers game in Portland, that basically you could be playing for the 8 for the 7th seed. And you came out and you absolutely no showed and you were not prepared to play a Portland Trailblazers team. What are these questions being asked? You want to know why they're being asked? They're not bold enough to ask these fucking questions. And you know what? They watch this video and they want to refute my fucking point. Fine. I'll refute it back to them. How about this? You had the balls to stand right there at the table, giving the mic. Ask the fucking questions. Ask the questions. And otherwise, if you don't ask the questions, proves my fucking point. You won't fucking do it. You won't do it because you're afraid to put pressure on these guys. You got to put pressure on these guys. This is the standard. This is what needs to be the standard. Why are these players coming into the game ill prepared? Why do these players have a rebounding issue? Why is there no urgency? So I don't care if any one of the beat reporters I just mentioned in this video find this video, you send them this video and say, hey, Ken315, this YouTuber who has a no-name job, blah, 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 who has a sales job, was telling you guys to do your job. I don't care if they fire back. They can fire back at me. I'll post this to Twitter. I don't care. I don't care if they fire back at me and say, I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. Guess what I'll say? Well, guess what? At least I have fucking passion to hopefully have you guys absolutely ask the questions I need to be fucking asked. Because that's how I'm fucking sick and tired of this fucking repeated bullshit the Clippers keep feeding me since 2024. I want the answers. What are they thinking? You have the access to ask these questions. I could only die of being a beat reporter for a team and asking the questions when I know this is not going good. This is not right. And I don't care. They want to strip my press pass, whatever. At least I'm going to be a voice for the fan. At the same time, be in my line of duty and do my work. But at the same time, call out the issues that I see that are need fit. But you won't have guys that won't do that. We don't want to lose the access we get. We don't want to do this. We don't want to do that because the Clippers will politic for who they want. But that's just me. It's another brutal season where the Clippers lost. And look, man, just from the jump, the 6-21 start. Realistically, no. I'll go before that. The offseason, signing all these old players. Then the aspiration bullshit comes out. Then the first game against Utah Jazz. And that embarrassment. And realistically, that's when I knew something's not right. Something's not right. And then 6-21 happened. And then I'm just like, oh God, bro. They need to fire everybody on the table. Everything's on the table. They need to fire it. They need to blow it up. You get to the deadline, that's what they do. And of course, they miraculously come back and make it over 500 and have a winning season, 42-40. We'll celebrate that. Only to end the season off in embarrassing fashion, just like how you started the season off in embarrassing fashion. The season should not take away little tiny moments of the happy moments, but outside of that, no. The season was a failure. The season was a failure. Don't forget the 6-21 start. Don't forget it. If the team had taken the season seriously to start the season off, we wouldn't have the changes right now we have right now. Maybe Harden's still on the team. Maybe Zubac is probably still on the team. But 6-21. That's what I'm going to call this season. The 2026 Los Angeles Clippers season. The 2025 Los Angeles Clippers season. 6-21. If the Clippers have any aspirations on wanting to be a competitive, go anywhere team, it starts at the top. Steve Ballmer's got to fire Ty Lue. No, it looks like Lawrence. I still hate Lawrence, but it looks like Lawrence may someone have a turn a corner. Maybe I was wrong to say, oh, maybe he can he can evaluate draft talent. Well, we clearly don't know how good these draft talent are if they don't play because the coach is the head of the snake of this operation. The Clippers got to fire him. If the Clippers don't fire him, we're going nowhere, and it's gonna be the repeated shit again. Task number one every single year for the Clippers, whether they decide to stupidly run it back or they decide to finally retool and start the next era, they need to move on from the coach. And when you usher in a new era, you typically usher in a new coach. Why are we keeping this guy around? You want to move to the next era? Part of it is getting rid of Kawhi. Once Kawhi is gone, I'll be happy. The next part I'll talk about, you need to get rid of the coach. That will truly usher in the new era of Clippers basketball. Tear it all down and move on. Will the Clippers do that? Probably not. They probably won't. But that's realistically the number one thing they got to do. They got to fire Ty Lue. Right now on my list of hierarchies of issues, Lawrence Frank is still a problem. But Ty Lue is the problem. He is the problem. You can only go so far as your head coach takes you. And it's like I mentioned earlier, coaching matters. He can't coach. He can't. So, until the coach is fired, the Clippers will continue to revolve around in this circle of suck. I don't know where the future is going to be headed for this organization. I really don't. We're relying on this pick to fall our way. But number one task every single year for me going now, you got to fire Ty Lue. You got to fire Ty Lue. The Denver Nuggets last year fired Mike Malone and Calvin Booth. They cleaned house. Because guess what? They saw the beef between those two. Again, like I mentioned, there's a beef between Lawrence Frank and Ty Lue. I don't need any insider scoop to believe that. So I don't need to be a beat reporter. I can tell. I know behind the scenes. You can tell from afar. Just a measly old fan that just goes to fucking games every now and then. Plain and simple. I know there's beef between those two. They don't like each other. They facade like they do, but they don't. There are issues behind the scenes. So that's all I gotta say. Maybe I'll talk about the Clippers when they do the fucking Lawrence Frank press conference again, and he continues to bullshit us again about blah 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 blah. My number one thing I'll be praying for is the Clippers finally have discussions and they fire the coach. The moment they fire the coach, I will be on here talking about it. I may have to go live for that. So, if you guys like the video, leave a like, put in the comment section your thoughts, hit that subscribe button if you want to get more sports content. I know right now for me, it's kind of dead because there is no sports content. I don't want to talk about the Angels. I don't. So I guess I'll have to wait till the NFL draft comes up. And then I'll be joined by my Uncle Daryl and we'll talk NFL draft. Or we'll definitely talk about WrestleMania recap since WrestleMania is this week. So there's that. Anyways. I'm gonna get up here, guys. I gotta start getting ready to go to work today because I have another baseball game I gotta go work. I'm not gonna let the Clippers get me down. Because guess what? The Clippers can't hurt me anymore. I'm unhurtable. I'm the suffering succotash for punishment. Whether that's Clippers basketball or Angels baseball. Anyways, have a great rest of your day, everybody. And if you're a Clipper fan, don't let the Clippers get you down. Just go out there, voice your opinion, and continue to watch this team any way you can. Find some enjoyment with this team. Because I know I can't. But who knows? Like I said, the day Artie Moreno sells or dies, I'll be dancing on graves. The day Ty Lue gets fired from this organization, whenever he gets fired, I will be dancing on fucking graves. Anyways, I will catch you guys in the next video. Till then, guys, stay safe. Peace.